Do you know what a computer programmer is?
Yeah, no. No. Wait, what?
Computer programmer?
No.
Nowadays, just about everything requires some form of programming. So, what is it? Programming is basically explaining to a computer what you want it to do for you.
Programming is one of the only things in the world that you can do where you can sit down and just make something completely new from scratch, whatever you want.
It's really not unlike kind of playing an instrument or something, or playing a sport. It starts out being very intimidating, but you kind of get the hang of it over time.
Coding is something that can be learned, and I know it can be intimidating. A lot of things are intimidating, but what isn't?
A lot of the coding that people do is actually fairly simple. It's more about the process of breaking down problems than, sort of coming up with complicated algorithms as people traditionally think about it.
Well, if it's fairly simple, why aren't there more of us doing it? Over the next 10 years, there will be 1.4 million jobs in computer science, and only about 400,000 grads qualified for those jobs. That's a shortage of 1 million people.
I went on the Bureau of Labor Statistics for the United States, and there's about a third of the pie that's all the things you would expect. It's they're working in the government, they're working in typical technology jobs, but then the rest of the pie, and it was the majority of the pie, just split down into these little teeny slices of every industry imaginable. And what it is computers are everywhere. You want to work in agriculture? Do you want to work in entertainment? Do you want to work in manufacturing? It's just all over.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, information, and none of us know how to read and write code. It's important for these kids. It should be mandatory to be a citizen on this planet, to read and write code.
I just think you have to start small, right? And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions about computer science and programming overall is that you have to learn this big body of information before you can do anything.
Society really underestimates the capabilities of our young students because they're just sponges. They're ready to absorb everything. So when they're actually engaged in hands-on learning, critical thinking, and exploration, they all of a sudden not only do they find more success, but they also find out that failure is just a step towards success. The other thing that we've seen is a real boost in confidence and literacy. And that's big nowadays because that's an area where students tend to be a little bit timid.
These authentic experiences of engaging in engineering and science and math through the Legos really gives the kids a taste for what their future could be and helps them make better decisions about their career in school so that they can get to where they want to do, so they can get to where they want to be later on in life. And we've seen a very powerful impact on our kids' lives of really re-engaging them in the academic process and re-engaging them at school at every level.
My name is Nicole. I'm in 6th grade. Please help me succeed by helping me build my future.